What you gonna do about it?
Nothing!
The views in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests, not the Yolanda Monyai brand. The content is for informational and entertainment purposes only, and we make no guarantees about its accuracy, reliability, or suitability.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our Spotify channel and our YouTube channel. As we promised you guys, for a part 2, Kesana,
Yolanda.
we have it. Yeah, what's wrong?
You're so rude because why did you not?
Did you not introduce her last week?
No, but why didn't you introduce me?
Hi,
Ever since Thandeka came to this podcast, you don't recognize me anymore.
No, I feel like those comments, they are now affecting you. Those comments, they are now affecting
me.
You are
they are not affecting me.
When they are saying,
even poor Yaya. No, in this
you are like, you are there saying, you are saying, they're right.
Poor Yaya.
They're right.
Ever since.
Welcome everybody to our Spotify.
Hello guys. You know, I saw a comment that was like, Yolanda and Yaya's fights make me so happy. They make me laugh so hard.
Welcome our winner, King of Bazoza, back in the building.
With part 2.
Hi, Thandeka.
Hi, Thandeka.
Hello, my love.
How are you?
How are you?
As promised,
here. Yes.
you're here
I'm here.
to serve.
Because our time just ran out
Part
last
2.
time.
I swear, I was watching
getting
our
conscious,
episode.
And people must not judge your look. Today we're going to a sporty event before you start.
I don't care. Judge all you want. I don't care.
They're gonna be like, no, she has like
They must judge. I want you to
We are going to a sporty
I like this
event.
cap
I'm promoting the cap. Do you not understand?
I like the sportsy look. I like it. I feel like all the looks you put together kind of look so effortless.
On her.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
Like if I were to rock up looking like this, I'd obviously look like Kipara.
Why? No, you wouldn't.
I feel like
totally
Yaya
would.
likes bashing herself a lot.
I think you do.
Yeah.
I think you listen
A
too
lot.
much because a lot of people have expectations. Like
You think
expecting
so?
even now, Thandeka, fanele ngabufaki ziqhephukile, they are gone. What must we do? And for me, look at us. Because
Actually, also we're kind of rocking my natural nails.
that's the thing though, because I haven't found like a nail technician for me here.
Yeah.
All of them.
Don't worry, you're in the good in the good hands.
Yeah, like it's okay, guys.
I'm actually surprised you don't have nails, Yolanda, because you always have, those
I
grave
know.
digging
She's
nails.
getting into it.
No, she always has those
Getting
grave
into
digging nails.
being comfortable.
And you know what my question is to her every time I ask her, or every time I see her with her long nails,
Yeah.
because she loves long nails.
I noticed.
I'm just like, how do you wipe your ass?
Guys, you don't use your
But
nails to wipe your ass.
I think here's what I think. I've never had them as long as you. I've had them long before, and people used to ask me the same question.
how do you wipe your
And I
bum?
said you get used to it. It's
But
something
also, guys, when you
But
wipe, yes, when you wipe your ass, you wipe. You don't go like you're eating.
But you hurt your asshole.
Yeah, you don't go like you're eating, guys. You wipe like this. You don't go like.
Okay, wait. Here's another one that I want to ask, and I'm sure other women are also curious about, because do you wear pads or tampons?
I wear tampons.
How do you don't you hurt yourself
It's
when
actually nice with
really?
nails.
Doesn't it feel like the nail is gonna break?
No, it puts it where it's supposed to.
It shoves it right up there.
Get the ones with the
With the injector, with the inserter, whatever.
yeah.
Wow, I don't really.
And stop putting they have a flow, guys. If you have a heavy flow, then you can go bigger. Like
Yeah.
super. Stop trying to fit that thing in there when your flow is like less.
Guys,
Yeah.
today's my mom's birthday. She's turning 72.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maya. Tell Mama. Happy birthday to you. Mama, she's my mama also.
Guys, she's turning
Hooray!
72.
And I have to sing to her in Italian.
She's turning
Wait, I have to sing to her in
72 today.
Italian. Wait, I just have to.
Yes, honey.
Tanti auguri a te. Tanti auguri a te. Tanti auguri, signora Mama Yaya. Tanti auguri a te. Buon compleanno, amore.
I should have came with spaghetti.
Buon compleanno. I'll teach you something. So when you say pompi, don't say, well, no one is telling you, but a pompino is a blowjob. So don't be saying. If my friends watch this, they will laugh. Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
That is so crazy. That is so crazy.
That is so crazy.
And to think, actually, it kind of makes sense a little because ipomping is Xhosa is an ice lolly.
You see, but then every language is borrowed. I think people don't understand because I think Zulu say giardini and in Italian it's giardino. So languages are borrowed. Like one of the oldest languages is
that's
actually Arabic.
That's true.
As well.
That's true. Because I watch a lot of K-drama and whenever Koreans are shocked, they're like, haibo, haibo, haibo.
Really?
I promise you.
You are lying.
And I'm like,
it's so wild. Like it's crazy. It's like if you know proper English, like example, that's what made it much easier for me to also catch it because when you say exsanguination, what is that?
Extinguish.
I was gonna say that.
It means to bleed.
Oh.
And then in Italian, blood is sangue.
Oh.
So tell me, you get to Italy, you can't speak Italian, right?
No.
How do you now then learn the
process.
language?
You have to sit with the people. People have often asked, like, what can I do to learn a language? Move there. You got to move there. It's kind of like you then see how at school, you were at school and you were learning a language, nothing was going in. You were just
Especially Afrikaans.
Words and stuff.
Yeah, especially
and they were telling you how to twist certain words. It doesn't go that way. That's not going to work. You have to go sit with those people. You have to listen to the dialect, and it is the best way you are going to learn a language. If you can't move there, you guys get 90-day visas if you are like traveling there. So go there for like a month or so. I was actually sharing that with a friend. I won't say who. But try to spend time with them and be happy to make mistakes.
Yeah.
They may laugh, but it is good for you. Actually, they've started to say some of the words that I used to say.
Is it true that language, learning a language, it's sexually transmitted also? You learn it quick when you are...
Don't teach people to trust people the whole nation.
you have a boyfriend who's Italian and you guys, then you now get the language to enter through that also.
That will not happen. Please do not go do that. You
Sexually transmitted as well. You're so wild today, Yolanda. What did you eat? Yolanda, what's going on in your life?
If only, that would be easy.
Ne?
Yeah.
But if you're dating an Italian man, obviously you would be able to speak it quickly because he's here.
Yeah, in your face.
Did you date an Italian man?
Obviously, I did.
He must have been so handsome.
But a big no for me now.
Really? Once you go back, you can never go back.
No, not gonna because maybe. I mean, who's
Also,
like maybe?
that's what I mean. Galukba, once you go back,
It's like,
you can never go back.
No. Because they're
Advocate,
mama's
your
boys,
black
guys.
brothers.
They're mama's
They're
boys.
mama's boys. And he
Really?
could be a doctor, he could be a lawyer, anything like big. But he still lives at home. So it's mama. And the mother... Yeah, but the mother is the workhorse of the family because she does everything. She'll cook, she'll clean. I mean, they can bring the girlfriend over. They can bring sometimes they'll even like get the wife to live with
the whole family.
And then
that makes so much sense. How
And
do they
then
have
the
big
mom
families?
would clean and cook
she
when
cleans,
you
she
are the
cooks.
girlfriend is there or the wife is there.
she'll clean, she'll cook, she'll do everything. And if he does move somewhere else, she's managed to convince him to move somewhere else, she will be there in the morning trying to show off and be the one who's cleaning that house.
No ways.
No. When you, the wife, is there.
Yes.
So you're trying to tell me she has every right to open your cupboards and rearrange?
I would love
is
the
giving
mother,
the vibes.
that mother-in-law. No. I would love that
No,
mother-in-law.
but you're a lazy hand.
No, you wouldn't love it if it's causing problems in your relationship.
But how does it cause problems if me, I'm happy with
could
your
go-
mom?
I'm sure she has an opinion.
Bad mouthing, and now you guys are having arguments about stupid things because it's not just about. I'll explain like a dynamic that used to happen. Like I loved it when she brought the food over and whatever because I ain't cooking. Fuck you. No. So I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
She used to bring the food over. However, now comes a time where Italians are like family people. They're these huge families. Event after event after event after event. Now I don't want to go.
You're tired. Your social bundles
Now it's
are...
a problem. Now it's just talking. Now it's just arguments because it's an obligation. Because my mom does this and then she does this and you don't want to do this and it's such a small thing. And it's like, no. Now you've committed yourself to something. And the thing is, yes, you may ignore, but you can only ignore something to a certain point.
so long.
So at some point, you've just got to be like, nah, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gone.
Because also, I think that kind of dynamic also opens up room for third parties in the relationship.
Yes, it does. It
That's
does.
what I
That's the
mean.
problem with it.
And then now you don't necessarily have control over what direction your relationship is taking because the other person is so cold.
But she's like the wife.
Yeah, she's like the second wife.
She's the wife.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he won't respect your decision. So you guys might try to make a decision together.
And if your mom says no,
he will talk about it with the
Hey,
mom.
keep on mamuzi
keep
wao.
on meh.
But then isn't that something that even people here experience when the man has given too much
About meh. That's what we're talking about meh.
into the relationship?
There is a culture like that.
We do have
there are plenty of them. There are plenty of them, guys. They do it.
Yeah.
We just scared to be
to
thrown
say
under
them.
the bus.
But I mean, we love that they're mama's boys because they
I
treat their
don't.
women well. I love
But
that.
do you really
I don't
want a
like-
mama's boy?
I mean, I don't want a mama's boy to an extent where I can't have authority over what direction my relationship needs to take. Like, for instance, if we decide we want to buy a house in
But that's
Branston,
you trying to have your cake and eat it at the same time.
can't I?
No.
Do not the say have your cake and eat it at the same time.
I want to have it and eat it at the same time.
No, it's like,
if
you
it's a
wanna
mama's
have it in
boy.
your hand,
Uh-huh.
but you want to haven't eaten it. That's impossible. It's
If
basically
he's a mama's boy, ne? There's no way
Yeah.
you're going to make a decision without the mama.
So maybe it's because I've never experienced a mama's boy before.
Oh, so you are just going on the idea, the fantasy.
And the idea and the
Okay,
fantasy
no.
of like, if
you
they
sh-
love their moms, they respect their women. And
I wouldn't know.
If you don't know
There's a
something,
difference,
hang out
though.
with people who have been through it and trust me. Don't be one of those people. Learn to learn from other people. You don't have to have the experience. Don't waste your time.
Let me keep
Nah.
quiet. They'll say I'm
It's stress,
copying.
love. You'll age yourself.
And can I tell you some fun fact? I am the person that doesn't learn from other people.
I should just have to say. Because that's another thing. Haven't you heard people say?
My
No.
Don't make the same mistakes I made.
No, some people say, no, ukukiswa ukuthi ulala nomuntu every day. No, ukukiswa ukuthi the relationship is stressful. Then you guys have linked it to something that it has nothing to do with. Like, can we open up these things? Like, take your brain out of the freezer, let it thaw out, because we can't all use mine. I think other people just do not want to think.
My dad, you know what my dad said? My dad said that to me when I was young. When I was like the teenage pregnancy, when it started, he was like, look at your friends who have kids now at this age.
Right.
If they are happy, enjoying life and everything is amazing, you can have a baby at your age. But if you see that they are struggling, just look at them and learn from them. You don't have to have a child for you to learn. From that mistake that having a kid at a young age is
100%.
difficult. When you see that the struggles they are going through, you realize that actually I can't do this because you cannot return a child.
But people love to romanticize things. It's like those parents that tell you, you have to have a child, it's so amazing, etc. And then they're the same parents who are saying, I can't go and have a coffee because I have to take care, the child where. I can't do this because the child I have to go to the pediatrician. I can't. And then you're like, just listen. And then some of them, only once you are having a child, they're going to be like, oh, now you're going to see what it's like.
You're going to see.
I've a posana guys in the whole.
You know who are my top favorite people? I once met this lady. She has 2 kids now, and both her kids are like old. One is 21, I think. The other was 18.
Right.
And she was like to me, girl, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, I love my children. I have 2 of them, but enjoy your money. If you're feeling pretty, get a puppy.
But that's the thing, because people think that when people say it's not worth it, don't have children, people hate their children.
Yeah,
They're just telling you if they could make a different choice, they would. But at the same time, they wouldn't, because now they've had these children.
had the children.
It's like you can't miss something you never had. You understand? So now they have them and they know they'll miss them. That's why they have... I don't see though why they have to keep explaining themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's unfair. Like, you can tell somebody the realities of parenthood. Some infants just cry. They just cry because they just
don't
gotta
even
cry.
know.
So what you need to make sure you do is make sure they're fed. They don't have a high temperature. They're not itchy. They're not wet. They're not teething. If the baby is fine, just let the baby cry it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, but you need to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Some babies will cry even when you're holding them. But the thing is, if you overhold a baby and then you have to have somebody else take care of it and they're not doing the same thing that you were doing, you're ultimately abusing the child. You're putting on a stressor because now they are being put down when they never were before. So you have to raise a child that is going to be functional even with other people because they're so used to something. Children can't, they do not have the skills to comprehend things the way that you do. Like, yes, they understand this is mom, this is who, but they expect kind of like the same thing.
The same treatment.
Do you understand? So don't do that to your children. Don't keep holding your babies all the time. And then when you give them to somebody else, you're wondering why your child is eating less. They're not as happy anymore because you ultimately are abusing them because they're not getting the same treatment. Not because you actually intentionally did it.
Yeah.
So
That's what my mom used to tell me all the time when my nephew was a baby. But I was young also, and I was just excited there was a baby in the house. And all I wanted to do was to carry my nephew. And my mom used to be like, stop carrying this child so much. Put this child down. Uyamfiketisa, that's what we call it in Xhosa.
Yeah.
My mom would be like, uyamfiketisa lo mntana. When you're not around and there's no one to carry this child, it's going to be a problem for the person looking after this child.
But that's the problem now. They say it's a problem for the person. It's not for the person. The person is an adult. The problem is it's a stressor for the child. The child is now depressed. The child is
Because
now
then,
unhappy.
because no one is, cradling them.
Yeah.
All of that.
Me, I will cradle them.
First of all, Yolanda wants 3 kids. I don't know
4 or
how.
5,
I don't know how she's going to do. She wants so many babies.
I was a ratazega girl.
Like, I can cap
You
it
know
on
what?
2.
You know what I like about the whole situation? I'm gonna lose weight. I'm sure they're gonna stress me. Someone's gonna run.
Okay, but
Then I'm gonna look nice.
there's a difference between
I will go to
rapid
gym
weight loss.
and I'll eat well, but I'm gonna lose weight from stress, and then I'm gonna be happy with my
So
kids.
tell me something. If somebody told you right now you could take something and it will help you shed weight now, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it.
You know why? Your skin will never be able to snap back into
Yeah,
its
no,
land.
Do I
wouldn't
have
do it.
do I have money before I make this decision?
It's the same as on
Because if I have money,
even if you have
because if I have money, I'll wear long sleeves.
For how long?
It's the same as Ozempic. People are talking about it as
As if it's a miracle drug.
But apparently, I wouldn't take it. Eh?
Really,
I think you
I
should
would
go
try
to a
my
doctor
luck.
for a consultation with those. It was meant for people with diabetes. It does work for weight loss. However, I think some people have access even to money that can and get the consultation. They don't want to stop when the doctor says stop. They want to keep going. People do these things with implants as well. They go huge because the doctor is saying to them no, and that's the doctor who cares. I'd much rather go to the doctor who's going to take the money. You understand? Ultimately. So that is why you've seen Ozempic go wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. So they'll discuss like the pros and cons of taking it and how long and how it can actually work for you as a person.
Isn't it like they're saying it damages your organs and stuff?
I also saw something like that.
Like it chow your liver and your heart.
Yeah, but
and
everything does. In like if you're on certain
Extensive,
medication, that's why they tell
yeah.
you don't take ibuprofen too much. It damages your stomach lining. So there's a certain amount of time that you can take something. Your body's fully capable of recovery. That is why you can't do it on a prolonged scale of time. So that is why go to your doctors, get your consultations, get what is going to work for your body as well. Your body is not like Yolanda's body. Hers is not like mine. So go and have your tests done before you actually embark on a journey of taking those types of things.
There's also something that someone told me. She said that sometimes your hormones as well, they would hinder you from losing weight, apparently. If I remember.
And then my hormones are full of shit.
Apparently, you can go to a doctor and they check you, they check your hormones.
Yeah.
You'll have to
And
do
then
a
they
blood test and
Is it-
find out. Because
Is that a blood test or the hormone type situation?
but that's the thing. They will then in that blood test be testing for hormones.
Oh, so it is true that your
Yeah.
hormones can
Sometimes it's your
literally-
thryrod gland, example.
Well, if that's the
causing
case,
you-
girls, then my hormones have been boycotting me since birth.
But then if those are your genes, those are your genes.
Like, guys, when
No,
I
I
tell
think
you,
if this is you from a young age,
guys,
then
different
that's-
Problem do you have with your body?
Different by Nesland.
What's the problem you have with your body?
Different by Nesland.
What is the problem?
Different now by
What is it that you
Nesland.
don't like about this?
I Nesland.
You guys are looking at somebody else's body, and yet Yolanda, like, I want to be like Huyaya. I promise
Can I tell you
you.
something? My best friend, she's literally your size. And we literally have this argument back to back every day because she's trying to gain weight, right? I'm trying to lose weight. And I'm just like, girl, I wish I had your problems. She's like, girl, I
Someone
wish
was
I
very
had
shocked
your
about
problems.
what she said on the last week's episode on the comment section. She was like, I don't understand what Yaya is saying about herself because she's so beautiful. And I woke up, I'm like, you're right.
It's that body dysmorphia
It's
that
the
you're talking
dysmorphia
about.
that I said I suffer from.
But here's the thing. Then you're not fixing the right problem. Body dysmorphia is a mental health issue. You have to go see a
Can I
psychologist.
get skinny first and then see the psychologist?
No. That is to help you love. Everybody has it to a certain degree. That's why sometimes you look
About
at yourself.
something, ne?
Yes, that's why you look at yourself
Yeah.
something, you're like, I'm ugly.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
you're
not
right.
looking right today. I'm not looking as radiant as I do, or my boobs are looking a little uneven. You are just criticizing yourself like in a tremendous amount of force and ugliness. But then the next day you're like, oh, I look nice. I look good. We're never really content.
That is so true.
That's the problem.
That is very, very true. And I think I'm my biggest critic.
But what happens is, okay, so look at the girls that go and get the BBLs, right? Now their torso looks too short. Because the hips are all the way up here.
They look like blocks.
Yeah, but then the ultimate place, they do call it a Brazilian, like they say Brazilians, they say this BBL, right? But the place where you actually got that, like where you see that body type is actually South Africa. You see the
Yeah.
Sarah
So meaning
Bachman,
we
you see-
have it naturally.
We have it naturally.
Not everybody, Yolanda.
I mean, I have a small waist,
I
even
don't
though I'm
have
a
it.
chubby girl.
You have it.
I wish I love how you I love
love
the
your
size.
body.
This is
You know why? Because of Zoni Lenda is ne shrub.
yes, Chef, you
about
have a very
proportion.
nice body. You have a very nice body.
Because somebody can be overweight, but you like, I love their body because all the weight is on their thighs and their ass, but nothing here.
And nothing.
Yeah.
But when you put them on the
That's-
scale,
yeah,
they
guess
are obese.
She's saying here she wants to be. Do you see her waist? It's not there.
That's the thing, because we are just looking at another person's body, and that's what you.
I
that's what
want
you
that body.
But people are ruining themselves. People are getting the breast implants, and they're not mulling the idea over. Some people look at things and they're like, I want that thing that the person. I want the lips that, and they are blowing up their lips. Oh my God! You should go to America and Europe, and you will
See things, nah.
what people have done to themselves.
But guys, I feel like this is something also that we need to touch on because there's a lot of, there's a role that your family plays in how you see yourself. And I'm going to say this because I come from a family of slim people. Like my mom was slim. Then I'm talking growing up, yeah? My mom was a slim lady. My sister was a slim girl. My brother was, like a lean, athletic looking guy, right? And I'm now the chubby baby because I'm the baby of the family, right? And now I'm the chubby kid, right, in the family. And I'm surrounded by all these skinny people, and I'm constantly being ridiculed for being a chubby baby. But, she's the chubby one in the family. Yeah, she's the fat one in the
You
family.
just told us what your problem is.
I think the problem is you. Because for example, in my situation, everyone is thick. Ne?
Same here. I'm the only one like this.
But me, Nane, I never wanted to look like my sister.
Because this is the
I never
standard.
wanted
Your
to
bodies
look-
are the standard,
No.
guys.
Yeah, we
She
spoke
didn't
about this
like in the last previous episode.
where I said I sit on the other side. There were times where I tried to get. I even told Yolanda, said another way, because you find ways where it's like, how can I gain weight? If you eat less, example, you skip a day and you don't eat and then you eat the next time, your body is going to hang on to those calories because it thinks tomorrow you're not going to eat. And then you pile up again and then it'll hang on. You'll gain weight faster, but your cholesterol is going to shoot right up, but you're still skinny. So you could still be skinny and still not be healthy. But you just ultimately told us what your problem is. It is a mental health issue because of what your parents were saying to you. Same with me. You're not you need to be a bit more thicker. Eat more. I couldn't have eaten any more than I was eating. This is how I eat. This is how I am. This is how I gain. And you just have to be accepting that this is your body. There's nothing you can do about it. And
But
there's
I'm
nothing
having a hard time
wrong with
with
you.
it. But in my situation also, with the fact that I grew up with, like my sister, she's curvaceous. Everything is there. Her daughter, same situation. My mom, same situation. I was literally the only skinny child. Like I was skinnier than this growing up. And it's because I also didn't eat. Like I would eat sweets all the time. And my dad would just give me money and I just eat sweets and not eat proper food. That's why I became. But as I was growing up as a teenager, I never really wanted to look like them. I was like, I also don't
being
even
fat
like,
is not the standard.
No,
guys.
there's a difference. There's
Wait.
a fat, there's a shape fat.
Like-
my sister has S. I didn't have
But
S.
not the standard way.
And I didn't
I wanna
like,
answer that,
I didn't
Thandeka.
like, I still don't like S. That's why I don't squat when I go to gym.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my S to be bigger than it is. Because for me, I feel like it's already, for me it's big.
You're enough with yours.
You know?
Like, you're good.
So I don't want to increase it because I know
Yeah.
there's a capability of it growing.
100%.
You know, because I'm coming from the people who have these things and curves. So I try to run more. I run more when I go to gym because I don't want to gain muscles
Oh, yeah,
in
so
those
you
places.
wanna do cardio
Yeah,
because
so
it
I want to
keeps you-
lose and be thin like I was. You
Yeah.
understand? Because when I looked at them for me, I was like, no.
But now I want to answer what.
And both of us are models.
And yes, but I'm a plus size.
But that's where...
But that was a beautiful
Wait,
thing.
that's where your thing comes from. That's why I said beauty standard wear. And then she wanted
And
to
now
answer.
I want to answer
it so I can,
that, right? I want to answer, and I'm saying it's not the standard because, right? And I know that a lot of people.
Where?
Kaloku ndiyeza yima. Let me land. Let me land. Nah?
Land.
Yeah, well, because also remember, this is just not a conversation between the three of us. There's people watching, and I want them to understand where I'm coming from.
No.
Yeah, I understand them. And the reason why I'm saying this is I know that people are going to be like, oh yeah, you're a hypocrite because you preach body positivity and you're a plus size model and you keep telling us to
But you
love
never
our
bash that.
bodies.
Then
Yes.
they're not listening.
Nah? Now,
You talk
it's
about
not,
you and how you feel.
yes, right? And I'm saying it's not the standard because it's not the. You are saying that you grew up in a family of curvaceous women, but that's not. It was never something that you like wanted for yourself, right? And I'm saying it's not the standard because growing up, a curvaceous woman was not the standard of beauty that was thrown at our faces. When you switched on a TV and you're opening a magazine and they're telling you this is what beauty looks like, curves.
But for
were
you,
not.
you didn't even need the TV yet.
Yeah, but like curves were not the standard, right? Miss South
African
Africa.
I was about to. I'm gonna.
Beauty pageant standards are skinny.
But I
girls.
love it you're saying that because when I say wear, so if you go to New York,
Yeah.
it's a tall, slim, no boob girl. That is the beauty standard.
Yeah.
Go to Miami. BBL is the beauty standard.
Yeah, S must be big,
S
big,
must
big,
be
big,
this.
big.
You go to Europe. Big tits, Pamela Anderson type of style. Less here. That's what I'm saying. Where? So when you already, the beauty standard has been defined in your own home. Ne? And then you're looking at TV, you're looking at beauty standards from different places. So there's a culture where they actually overfeed women because they're preparing them to be chosen by men because they like bigger girls. So
Isn't
the
that
whole
in
family,
Ethiopia or somewhere?
Yes. And then the whole family will actually eat less so that they can pump all the food to this girl that they're going to ultimately sell because that's what it is so that
Yeah.
they can get money. So when I say to you where, that's where I was going to.
Going
That
from.
you were then looking at beauty standards in New York. You were then looking at beauty standards.
Not in South Africa.
Not in South Africa because South Africa is curves, mostly curves.
Because
guys.
you know why I'm saying this personally for me as well, ne? When it comes to me in school, even the girls who have beautiful ass with curves, they hold the skirts nice. My skirt was langing because nothing was holding my skirt. So my skirt was like this. I'm not shape because it's a skirt.
Yeah.
And you look at those girls, they are chubby, they have curves, they have ass, the skirt sits so nice, and then they put those socks up the knee. You know?
But it's the same
And
girls. Sorry to think. I just thought of something. It's the same girls that are afraid to go to the gym. I'll make an example for you. When we were in our season, some people didn't want to gym because they didn't want to lose a certain. That's
you
why they
understand. You understand?
Because if I do cardio, I'm gonna.
My point is, when it comes to beauty standards, personally,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm saying I'm disagreeing with you is because what you are telling me now about the TV, about being put whatever, it's not what I saw every day. For me, beauty standard was you must have curves, you must have ass and a flat stomach. The skirt from school must sit. You know, in high school, the boys like that when you pass. We already know the hottest boy is gonna date that girl with that shape. I already know with my legging skirt, they're not gonna look at me. That time, I am a mechanic's child.
Which is
I'm
not
always under a car.
But
you
which
know?
is then sad because you've tied your whole.
But that was that. What I'm trying to say
As
is,
a child, I'm saying as a
child.
woman,
But also,
your attractiveness is not determined by a
what
guy,
a man
male.
look. Yes, but what I'm trying to say
That
is
is why.
what I'm trying to say is when it comes to chubby ass
Yes.
and whatever,
That
it's
is-
something that I always thought it's beautiful. I just didn't want it for me because when I looked at my sister, I was like, I think
But
I'm better
because,
like
again,
this.
you had. How long have you wanted to be a model?
Actually, the only time that I started wanting to be a model was when my vitiligo started.
So that is what age?
I think I was 25 or 20, whatever. But Nakona, when I discovered Winnie Harlow,
Okay,
and then I
that's when.
entered modeling competition 2019. So my modeling desire was when I was old. I had a cousin that was modeling and she was winning pageants, and I never saw myself there because I was like, oh, the questions they ask, probably I won't be able to answer. So I really was never really that
So you were
interested
intellectually
in
doubting yourself.
Yes, and when I try to model, they boo me when I walk. Then when I come out, they're boo. So I was like, this thing is not for me. But when my vitiligo started and I discovered Winnie Harlow and her story, I was like, actually, I can do. But it had nothing to do with the fact that I want to be a model.
No, I get it. That's why I was asking where it was.
Because now as a model, I feel big even.
Because also every person is different.
Yeah.
Yaya took to that. I was also the child that Thandeka, you need to conform. You need to, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Because there was a time, I think when I got a little older, I think when you're about 14 and so forth, you're more into, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not eating that anymore. I don't want to eat it. Why must I eat it? Why should I eat this? Because again, other people have I've heard a couple of people say, I don't like breakfast. And I say, why? Oh no, because it makes me ill. It used to make me feel nauseous. It's because your parents were actually giving you milk and you were actually lactose intolerant. So you linked that to breakfast, but you could have had a different breakfast. And sometimes you linked it to motion sickness, and that time it's actually your ear that's your problem. So you've had breakfast, you're in the car, you go into school, or you're in the bus, you go into school. So you've now linked that into breakfast. So you need to ask the person why. When did this actually start? So for you, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with you, but we can tell you that till we're black and blue. If you do not see that within yourself, then
But also, I just want to add to what Yolanda was saying about what she was seeing where she grew up, and what was considered beautiful in her environment. I lived in a predominantly Indian and colored neighborhood, and I went to a predominantly Indian and colored school.
Right.
Now, those ethnic groups aren't necessarily the most curvy. I don't know if that makes sense. And as children, obviously, if you are not naturally curvy and you're a child, chances are you are going to be a tiny
But then your parents are not having
Kid.
an important conversation with you about your blackness as a person, because you're talking about different ethnicities. It is so important for your parents to have helped you distinguish those things, but now you can. Even though you can and you understand why their body type is like that. And one day I'll tell you an interesting story as to why also Indian people are actually shaped like that. But those conversations are not being had with you. You're now holding yourself to an impossible standard. And you still are.
Even today.
No, because guys, I've been trying to lose weight since I was 10 years old.
You see, you're a child and you should be enjoying your childhood.
I used to put my body through the worst.
I actually want us to talk about, we had this topic off camera yesterday when we talk about bullying and stuff. Obviously, we're not going to talk
Do you
about
even have time for that? Because we should start
We're gonna make time.
We actually do. So I wanted to touch up on bullying, because I don't think people understand what bullying is. Because I feel like when, let's say for example, I say something, I'm like, oh, your head is ugly. And then I laugh, that's bullying. But then if you were to come to me and say, yo, you look like a cow, for example, I'm going to use that as an example. Just because I said your head is ugly, and then you say I look like a cow, you're not bullying me, according to you.
But here's the thing. Those are now two different things that you've just ironed out. A hat or a cap I can take off. You can't take off your skin. We are now working on discrimination, which is also bullying. Do you see those two things?
So you can take it off and be like, oh, it's ugly, let me remove it.
Let me remove it. I can change it. Or
But
here,
I cannot
I can do this. I can do this.
Put back this white, black, which
there's
I don't
nothing
even
you
want to
about-
do.
There's nothing you can do about that. And I think what is important is for us to also, we'll pull out what is bullying. Should we not?
Yeah, I think let's
do
get
that.
the dictionary definition.
I want people to understand what bullying is. Because I don't think people understand what bullying is.
But also people have...
Here's bullying, right?
Yeah.
It says bullying is an aggressive, repeated, and imbalanced behavior intended to cause physical or emotional harm,
Oh, so I'm being bullied.
right?
All right.
It includes physical abuse, hitting, verbal abuse, name calling,
Cow.
social exclusion,
When
when you have a group of people and then they can exactly, cyberbullying,
what I'm getting.
what we're getting exactly.
Even me, I'm also being bullied.
All of us get
Don't exclude me. I'm also being bullied, guys.
And it actually can cause serious mental health issues. So now that we have actually highlighted what it is, there has to be an imbalance of power, right? So bullies will be the ones who say that the other person is bullying because they are trying to take the attention away
From their
themselves.
actions.
And they're trying not to own the fact that, here's another thing, when people are going to come at you in numbers, you need to understand you're fucking powerful. Because I'll tell you something. Here's an example. Let's say at the bank, there's a robbery. You get the security. Security can't do anything. Who do they call? The police. The police can't do anything. Who do they call? The SWAT team. That means that motherfucker in there is fucking shit up. Because if the security guard could just take them on alone, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
if they come in numbers.
exactly. So what you've just defined is like also telling her, right? Which is something that is why we're saying it's something that you're struggling with. Somebody calls you, not that I'm saying it as an example.
Yeah.
Fat. You know what that
You
means
already
for you.
know that I'm struggling with
Exactly.
it.
So
yeah.
we'll name
and
that.
why are you pointing it out?
Can you do anything about that? Can you do anything about
Not
it? You can't
immediately.
do anything.
Yeah.
No, sort of, but even immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe you've tried. You said you've been dieting since you were 10. Could you then do anything about it? No, you can't do
Yeah.
anything about it. So it is said to do what? It's supposed to cause harm. That is it. And they'll intentionally also say, if I take this from them, it's going to mentally deteriorate them because it's all that they are. I need not draw any sources when I say that because
Let
it's
me tell you something about what, guys, this is gonna kill the people who've been sending the cow thing in my comments because an international something came from that. So ngiyabonga ke Sanda for pushing me there because they saw your comments and they were like, girl, we want you.
I love that.
But that's the thing though. When somebody says, example, they say to her, you fat. You say, okay,
Yeah.
cool, what? You ultimately take away the power. Kind of like, me, clothes are, okay.
And then what? Yeah.
So they're going to keep trying and trying and trying. Here's the thing. Keep trying, motherfuckers. I've worked on myself. So if you hadn't worked on that and you had not accepted that and somebody called you a cow, it would have mentally deteriorated you.
Yeah.
And that was exactly the purpose of doing that. That is why we take it seriously. You might say you don't care. But somebody else, as you said,
Exactly.
is taking it too because they've not accepted themselves as they
It's the same as Winnie She dropped out from school because they used to call her a cow. And she dropped out because she was like, I can't take. There was a time she didn't want to leave, but look at where she is right now. I actually knew that people call people with vitiligo cows from her story.
But those people also, here's the thing, here's where they misread. They call you that. You've been present. Everybody knows you're a gorgeous woman. And you love the skin that you live in. In fact, I don't think at this point, there were perhaps times where you would have changed it. I don't think you would change it now, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, no.
Because
definitely.
you have worked on yourself. And
My mom took me to
see
church.
The beauty.
My mom took me to church after I was on a billboard for the BMW, by the way. She was like to the pastor, hey, pray for her because I want these things to be reduced, whatever. And then I tell the pastor, I'm like, this thing is giving you money. I don't know where she wants them to go.
But because she hasn't accepted, because for
Yes,
her,
that's true.
not to say anything wrong with it.
But even now, she hasn't really accepted.
She's had a default child. That is why even for you, even for myself, when they say you need to be bigger on my side or you need to be smaller, because to them it's like they've had a default child. Or you're not behaving in the way all the other children now are behaving. Do you understand? But she was putting that onto you, and that was the cause for you to not be able to accept yourself because of those words as a child. So when you talk about, again, that we're talking about bullying, the whole purpose of that was to mentally deteriorate you in the most horrendous of ways. That is why, yes, you obviously say, whatever, F off. But I think people need to understand about intention of something that was meant to cause serious mental harm to her. And that is what makes it so ugly. And it should not be done. And I'm so tired of people expecting people to, let's laugh it off.
It's not funny.
May, but it's fucking ugly because you wanted to mentally destroy a person. Once you've mentally destroyed a person, you finish them.
So let's say I kill myself, right? I commit suicide.
Oh no, we didn't mean it. Oh, it wasn't that serious. That's when we put in the narcissistic traits. I didn't say they are narcissists. I don't know. Nobody's diagnosed them. But I'm saying narcissistic traits. When they say, they took something so seriously. It wasn't meant to be that way.
How is it meant to be?
But they're lying.
So, like, for a person to go to... Dylan, I'm going to send you a picture. For a person to go to a point of editing my face to a...
And putting a wig.
Do you understand the level of nastiness?
And putting a wig.
There's another one without a wig with horns.
But here's the thing.
There's another one with horns.
Now, listen to this. So this person has literally taken time.
Sat down.
And
drew. On my... Wow.
Did
guys.
Everything. Do you understand how premeditated that was?
What type of a person is that though?
Get a picture of a cow and put it on.
They could have just done that. But a person sat on their phone or computer.
Because they loathe you. That's why. On a cellular level. I think people go look up cellular level. When somebody hates you on a cellular level, go look up what that is. They loathe you. Like it's
a deep hate.
It is a deep hatred for somebody.
I must walk around with security guards, son.
I heard something before you go there.
Yeah, so obviously these negative comments have been piling up on my notifications and all of that. I've mastered the art of not responding and not caring. Yeah, because I'm so used to it. I've been getting cyberbullied since I left Titans 2023. I've just found a way to deal with it, right? And I think for me, what it highlights the most is how unhappy people are with their lives and themselves.
But the thing is,
you said you wanted to say something?
Oh, talking about the cyberbullying. So there was something, I don't remember who they were, but they're there. I think if you go look, they said Thandeka does not deserve to even exist.
I've gotten that so many times.
But here's the thing. You can say Thandeka doesn't deserve to exist and to walk this planet, but they are rapists.
I mean, murderers.
They are murderers.
Pedophiles.
Are you okay? You are spending so much time hating a person who doesn't even cause any serious harm.
Who doesn't even know you.
And you could have saved that and gone. There are tons of pages where you can literally bring down principals who have sexually assaulted children. You know the story that was going on. That is where you can apply all that hatred. But you're busy putting on that hatred.
There are women that are being killed every day.
Thank you. But they have because again, you get to see the narrow-minded.
Even when they said we must put a purple profile picture on our thing, Some of these people didn't. But they have
But some
time.
did. But
And they still have time
No,
to
they have
bash you.
time to come and bash you,
You
but
know-
they didn't change the purple thing
And
to fight the real.
You know what's the most interesting
problem.
thing? You know what's the
But
most
they can't
interesting
even.
thing?
That's what I'm saying.
You
They
know
can't
what's
fight the real
most
problem, but they
interesting
want to come
thing
and.
about this topic and what you guys are talking about in cyberbullies. It's never men bullying us women.
It's always women.
But
Women
it's
hate
it's
each
never-
other.
But
It's
here's the
never
thing.
men.
Oh my word, I wish some parts were never cut off. I've always said women will always be the ones hating on women. I mean, we saw it in the house as well. But women will go and support the man that I said that she should have been directing that at. But she does not. She directed where at a woman who's not even causing that type of harm.
And that's where you find situation where a child will be raped, ne? And then she comes and she tells
The mother.
and then they don't believe, or they say, why were you wearing a short dress?
Exactly.
Why were you bending like that?
Those are the women.
Why do you dance like that in front of men?
Because they see that young girl as competition. Can you believe? As sick as it is, that's what it is.
A clueless 7-year-old will be dancing. I remember my friend, I don't remember because the child likes dancing challenges on TikTok. And it's like someone said something about how she was dressed. In my head, I'm like, so you're saying someone will look at this child and think of something right now? And are we normalizing it to a point where we're going to tell a child, cover yourself so that men don't?
But that's the
I remember that Unati, ne? It was Unati. I think it was Unati, if I'm not mistaken. She said when she's in overseas, there was a video that was trending of girls wearing shorts and people were screaming at them, shouting at them, saying, why are you not dressed? You're not dressed. Then I think Unati made a video about it and she was like, when she's in overseas and she's by the beach, she can wear a thong, bikinis and feel safe and feel free because the men that side understand that you can go to a beach and wear a thong, it's okay. But she can't wear that in Durban
South Africa.
or in Cape Town. There she needs to cover her whole...
But then again...
Because our men are not...
But here's the thing though. I don't want to say our men because... Is she talking about America or where?
Yeah, she was saying that when she's overseas... She was saying when she's overseas, she can wear...
Where overseas?
Okay, maybe she didn't specify.
Yeah, she just said when she's not in South Africa, but when she's here, she has to cover because it's like... You can't go to the beach
Okay,
wearing
but then we
a thong.
can't say that because that is an issue that is global. Because those crimes are being committed overseas as well.
Okay.
Right? There's actually a girl in Italy who was violated by 7 young boys. There is a 9-year-old boy in the UK who violated a granny and gorged her eyes out. There is a boy, 2 little boys. This is actually a known story, but we don't have the time to dissect that. 2 little boys took a little boy in the mall who was about, I think, 3 years old, and they sodomized him and they murdered him. So we can't say that overseas this, and we're talking about 9-year-olds here, we're talking about 10-year-olds here. I don't even need to start with the adults. So this is not a South African problem, just to put it there. It is a global issue that we're trying to fix. And as soon as we look at it in that lens, and we're going to
I think also she was talking in terms of how, because as
she's
Africans,
highlighting,
we cover as Africans.
But yes, it does exist differently. Of course. I'm agreeing to that. It exists differently, but we can't just say it's South African men. However, yes, it is the mothers that say to you, we've had this done to us, like, your uncles are coming. Then you need to sit back and say, so you're seeing a problem with my uncles.
That is,
But that's the thing with people. I think people don't understand when you talk about child sexual abuse. Yes, an outsider can do it, but that's even more difficult to do. Most of it happens, they're called strange ones. Strange ones are actually the family members. They're the fathers, they're the uncles, etc., the extended families.
Cousins.
And also when you talk about abuse, 2 females by men, it is actually perpetrated by the spouse. She's the closest. Yes, if you go out, you may get abused, but the person who will abuse you the easiest is the person that is close to you. So most women will actually tell you how this boyfriend abused them, how this husband abused them, how this friends with benefits abused them. it is much easier access.
It's so sad that people would not understand how to protect a child. I can never try and negotiate with a child when a child tells me and a man did this to them. Because there's no way a child will fabricate that story. A child will wake up and say, this man did this to me and they're lying. You can never even try to say, what happened? So there's no way it didn't happen. If it's a child and the child says, this person raped me or this person touched me like this or this, the child can come up with that story from nowhere. I don't think so.
Because it is the hypersexualization of children. That is what's causing it.
No.
And this thing is about consistency. She said a very peculiar thing when she said, when your mom said, not to say anything, but look at the language. Your mom says about holding the baby too much, you're causing a problem for the adult. The child is already not being considered. If you push, when you say consistency, the child has to be the main event. There is not a more oppressed group of people than children. Children just have to sit there and take it until they are 18 and they can leave. They have to tolerate the parent. They are powerless. They cannot work. They cannot do anything. It is just survival. That is why when you got parents who are blaming their children for failing. What do you mean? You are the parent. There are parents who are blaming their children for having smoked marijuana. What do you mean? What is the child medicating? What is wrong? No, they are a bad child. So how do we fix that if we can't even fix those types of things where the child is being deeply considered? It is your friends, you have bad friends. That is why that happened to you. You got people using child rape cases. That's because their daughter goes out too much. They are climbing over the wall. They're using them as a cautionary tale. So how are we going to fix that?
I've had this lady here, old episodes, I think it's there if people search. There's a lady here that she was actually telling, like she said that she only managed to come out now about how she got raped by her stepdad consistently. How does a man rape a child consistently when you're there?
She knew.
As the mother.
But she did not want to see it. Instead, she blamed the child. Instead, she saw that child as competition. She saw that child as someone who's trying to take
a man.
There's a movie, Precious.
I know Precious. Oh my gosh, I know that movie.
Most vile movies.
I know that movie.
It's a good movie. You can go watch it. I can only watch it once because it's so vile.
That movie.
And if you have read the book is more descriptive about what happens because she sexually assaults Precious and forces her to perform oral sex on her as well. So
and the mother knew.
No, she does that to Precious in the book. That's why people should actually go read a book. You should actually read the book.
So the mother violates Precious in the book. She
does violate. It's put there, but it's not because it's too much. But it's there's a part in Precious where the mother calls Precious and she's downstairs and said something along the lines, come help mama out. And after it's a clip where she's kind of touching herself, but from the face, and then it moves there, and then she says that, and then Precious goes upstairs, and then it cuts there. Because it's not things we should be showing in movies. That was enough to have done the job. So that's why it's better to go read the book before you actually go and watch something. Like that's in terms to anything that has a book in it. Because they can't fit everything in a book as well or explain it in a way. So that's why you see Mariah Carey just... Because she's saying, she stole a man from me. So those are the mothers that you're talking about. They saw this happening, but they allowed it to happen. And sometimes it is a threat where the mother says, if I tell him not to do this, he's going to leave me.
Yeah, guys.
So when we are looking at, yes, some women do commit sexual assault, but most of it is actually done by proxy. It is actually the man who's doing it and she's just behind the scenes and she's allowing it to happen because she could have put a stop to that at any point in time. It is impossible that your child is being subject to rape consistently over the years and you didn't see it.
This is such an interesting topic, ladies. And what I want to know is, what can we do as society, as family members, as friends, to sort of try and aid this problem? Because it's a problem.
Here's the thing. First of all, you need to teach your children to
Speak out.
Let's say mom and dad, you two are mom and dad. You have a conversation with that child and you say, if I do something to you that felt uncomfortable, you tell someone. Or that you questioned, you tell someone. Even if it's me. It might not be anything, but you're teaching the child to tell. And another thing is, if a teacher says to you, I'm going to tell your mom, tell them, yes, they must come and tell you, and you're not going to get into trouble because they use it against the child. Because the teacher or the principal can sexually assault a child or the uncle or who, and then they say, oh, I'm going to tell your mom about this. And immediately the child, they fear the parent more of what the parent is going to say more than what is being done to them. Because the parent matters more because the parent is survival to them. So what will the child sacrifice? Authenticity so that they can keep survival. That's just how it works. So you need to teach your children that they can tell you anything. You're not being good parents by bashing your children, by shouting. Parents are shouting at their children because the vase broke, because the cup broke.
For being a child.
They are a child.
And I think what you're saying, Thandeka, is so important. And I'm just going to reference, guys. And I don't want people to think that I come from an abusive home. No, I come from an extremely loving home. My mom was a single parent and she was incredible. Né? And she was incredible. However, growing up, I feared my mom more than I respected her. I don't know if that makes sense.
Oh, I
Nah?
see.
I had a fear for my
Because
mom.
it's called blind obedience.
Yes, I had a fear for my mom more than I respected my mom, right? Only as I was growing older, then my respect sort of overpowered the fear, because I think the older I got, the more she was able to open up to me and open room for communication.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because you're now in a position of power.
Really?
Before you were a child and you depended on the parents, so you feared them. So here's the thing. And another thing that we kid ourselves with, we're not saying that we do not grow up in loving homes. But we can't say extremely loving home, meanwhile you're saying that you feared something. So tell me something. If you raised a child and they told you that they feared you, would you say then that is an extremely loving home? No.
But guys, I really grew up in a loving home.
No,
like my mom really...
she's not listening. No one's bashing that.
Yeah.
We're agreeing with you. But we have to be honest. Here's the thing. Jeffrey Dahmer, right? They said he came from a wonderful home. His parents loved him tremendously. Yes, the father, even when he's committed those despicable crimes,
yeah.
he's still with him as a parent should be. However, when you look at Jeffrey Dahmer's life, he could not tell his parents that he's gay because he feared that they are going to disown him. So is that really a loving home for the child to having thought that? We're not saying that they did not love him.
Yeah.
They did, but some components were actually missing in the relationship. We have to learn to call a spade a spade. If we are hoping, as you said, how do we fix this? If you're hoping to fix something, you got to... She said, if you want to fix something, you've got to see where your parents went wrong so that you don't do it. If you're going to keep them, put a veil and say it was extremely loving home, you're going to do the same thing.
But guys, before we leave, I just want to thank every single person that purchased a ticket for the Loud Experience. Guys, we really appreciate the love and support that you guys decide to show us week in and week out. We appreciate the fact that you guys continue to watch. We appreciate the fact that you guys continue to support, the fact that you guys still like, subscribe, and share. And even with the negative comments that are out there, you guys are still, supporting us. And
I went to the cow comment and said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Like, you guys are so incredible.
Share the video with your friends.
Loud Wednesday family, honestly, you guys are so incredible. And to all the Italians and some of the curators, we've been seeing you guys on the comments that have been like, on somewhere here. We really appreciate the love and support, guys. And Thandeka, thank you so much for doing good on your word and, What's the English term? Oh, it's after hours now. And gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, it's not gonna finish. Thank you, Thandeka, for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Thandeka is our friend, so she's not coming for the last time, obviously. When she launches that podcast, we are there. We are there also.
But thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, this episode goes out first every Monday on Spotify at 3 p.m. Central Africa time. And again on Wednesdays on YouTube, 3 p.m. Central Africa time. And this is how we are going to close it.
What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.